If fat loss feels overwhelming, confusing, stressful, or like another thing you are failing at the moment, this is for you. Can we please talk for a minute about just how ridiculous the fat loss space has become for women over 40? Honestly, I think this needs to be said. Fat loss after 40 is not confusing because women are doing something wrong. It's confusing because the internet is making it confusing. Everywhere you look, there's another rule, there's another hack, there's another protocol. My goodness, fasting, keto, cutting carbs, detoxes, liver cleanses, balancing your cortisol, hormone hacks, fixing your gut, eating clean, carb cycling, not eating after 7 p.m, supplement stacks, a 90-minute morning routine, tracking every bite, hitting every macro, avoiding food that someone online has told you is toxic. And somehow you're meant to fit all of that in to work, family, stress, poor sleep, and real life. No wonder women feel completely overwhelmed, honestly. It's stressful and it's hard to know what to believe, and you can read so much, go down so many rabbit holes, and still feel none the wiser. So no wonder it starts to feel like just one more thing that you are constantly failing at, because some of the crap out there is honestly ridiculous, and it's trying to make you feel like you're broken, and that makes me really mad. So today is it's part one of a 3-part series that I'm going to do on what we're overcomplicating when it comes to fat loss and body recomposition after 40. So today is all about food, all about nutrition. In part 2, I'm going to talk about movement, so strength training, cardio, HIIT, steps, what you need to know, what you don't. Then part 3 is going to be all about lifestyle, so stress and sleep and supplements. The message across all 3 is simple. Women don't need more random information. They need a clear strategy. They need support to implement it, an approach that's sustainable long term. Because that's honestly my entire ethos as a health coach for women over 40. Because when I speak to women, they're not struggling because they don't care enough or they're not trying hard enough. They're struggling because they're trying to piece together bits of random advice from everywhere. So a fasting rule from one person, a hormone hack from someone else, a supplement recommendation, a detox, a meal plan, a don't eat this after 40 post, or a do this one thing to lose belly fat after 40 reel. And then they're left trying to work out what actually matters. And it becomes this mental gymnastics of, is it my hormones? Is it my metabolism? Is it carbs? Is it cortisol? Is it my gut? Do I need to fast? Do I need to eat more? Do I need to eat less? It is never ending, and it is totally exhausting, and it makes fat loss feel freaking difficult. But for most women over 40, the answer is not a more complicated nutrition plan. It's better foundations, it's structure, it's support, it's a way of eating that actually fits your life. Because the nutrition for fat loss after 40 and body recomposition, it's not about finding the perfect hack. It's not about making your food as restricted as possible, seeing how long you can fast. It's definitely not about doing a liver cleanse. I promise you. Most of the time, the missing piece is the basics done consistently. And this is important though. Simple does not always mean easy to apply on your own. I'm not for a second saying this is easy. You guys are, we all are, right? We're tired, we're stressed, we've got a lot going on. Some of you are burnt out and just feeling like it's all too much. So simple doesn't mean easy or easy to apply. So there's a big difference between knowing the basics and knowing how to make them work for your body, for your schedule, for your family, for your appetite, for your weekends, your stress levels, and your actual life. So let's talk about what does actually matter. I've told you all the things to throw in the bin. Don't worry about all those things that I mentioned before. I promise you don't need them. What does actually matter? Let's start with number 1. Protein. I'm sure you have heard about protein before. Let's go over it one more time because it is important. It supports muscle. It helps you with fullness, satiety. It becomes even more important if your body goal is body recomposition. So in other words, losing fat and building or at least maintaining muscle. Because protein gives your body the building blocks that it needs to help maintain the muscle while you're losing fat. So rather than living on toast and coffee and random snacks until 3 o'clock, we want meals that are built around protein to help you stay full, to keep you satisfied. So it might be eggs or Greek yogurt or chicken or fish or tofu, lean mince, legumes, honestly, whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be fancy. Definitely doesn't have to be extreme, just effective. Now, number 2, I put this right up here with protein. It's often overlooked, and it's fibre. So fibre helps with fullness, it helps with digestion, blood sugar steadiness. In plain English, it helps you feel more satisfied and helps your body process those foods more steadily. So you've got an even stream of energy throughout the day. So we're talking things like vegetables, fruit, oats, beans, lentils, and whole grains. Again, it's not exactly exciting, but it's incredibly useful. And this is where I think women are being done such a disservice, because instead of being taught how to build filling, repeatable meals with protein and fibre, they're being told to cut carbs, to drink celery juice, to avoid fruit for goodness sake, to drink a detox tea, or follow another rule that makes food feel even more stressful. And it doesn't have to be. So third, speaking of stress, creating simple, repeatable meals is so key to make this easy. You don't need a completely different recipe every night. You definitely don't need to cook like a wellness influencer. You need meals that you can repeat that are going to work for you. Meals that you can throw together when you're tired without even having to think about it. Meals that are going to work around your family if you live with other people. Meals that don't require you to spend your whole Sunday meal prepping, especially if you do not enjoy that. Because a plan, it's only going to work if you can live with it for more than 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks. It's got to be something we can do forever. It has to be sustainable. And this is where most women get stuck, because you probably know you need more protein. You probably know you need some more vegetables. You know that living on coffee all day and feeling ravenous at night is not helping, but you may not know what it's going to look like for you. What does that look like in your life? How much is enough? Energy balance is important. It's not just about eat more protein and more fiber. If fat loss is a goal, we need to know about energy balance. So how many calories do you need? What does that even look like? What should you prioritize first? What should you ignore? What happens when progress stalls? How do you handle weekends? How do you eat for fat loss without feeling like you're on just another diet? And this is all possible, but this is often the gap. And it's not an information gap. It's just a strategy and support gap. The information part is easy. I just gave you the crux of it, 90% of it. Protein and fiber matter, simple meals matter, consistency matters, but the real skill, and it is a skill, it's something you can learn. It's knowing how to put those foundations together in a way that works for you and your goals. Are you eating enough earlier in the day? I often see women restricting earlier in the day and then they're starving in the afternoon. Are your weekends undoing the structure that you have during the week? Are you trying to be perfect Monday through Thursday and then feeling like you're blowing it from Friday onwards? Are you choosing foods that are technically healthy but don't keep you full, or they have too many calories? Going back to that energy balance, this is something I see very often as well. We get caught in this trap of clean eating, and I hate that term, but it's very commonly used, eating clean but not losing weight, because we have no clue about energy balance. How many calories are in the granola you're having in the morning, or the half an avocado that you're putting on your toast at lunch? These sorts of things are important, simple, not easy. Are you changing the plan every 2 weeks because you're not sure if it's working or not, right? So this is why this stuff feels hard, not because the foundations are complex or complicated, but because applying them without support is often where women get lost. And the goal is not to make fat loss a full-time job, although it can often feel that way. Once you get the strategy and the support, then this actually makes your life simpler and will free up some more time. It will definitely free up some time in your brain, I can assure you. And the goal is to build a way of eating that supports fat loss and body recomposition without making you feel like you're constantly failing at another thing. So if nutrition is currently feeling overwhelming or confusing or stressful or impossible to fit in, I want you to know this: you're not the problem. The approach you've been given and all the stuff you've been sold that you need on the internet is the problem. It's noisy, it's random, it's probably too extreme and too unsupported. Go do this and do your best, right? You need a solid strategy. You need support to implement it, and a sustainable approach that you can repeat long term. If you want help with this, if you're ready to stop piecing together random advice and you want support building a simple fat loss strategy that actually fits your life, just comment or DM me info and I'll show you how I do this. And in the next live, we're going to talk about movement. We're going to talk about why you don't need to punish yourself with more cardio and more extreme workouts to change your body after 40, and what actually is going to move the needle. Hope that helps, girls. Talk to you soon. Bye.